Welcome to Qdabra's webinar. It's Thursday, the 19th of December, and we're happy to be summarizing our efforts this year in many ways in this wonderful webinar that Mel is going to be helping with. My name is Patrick, and I'm in Japan, so it's late here. Mel is in the Philippines, and we have Kaudu, who's also here with Qdabra. She's in Seattle area, Woodinville, and we're thrilled to be presenting version 2 of our support portal today, including some of the new technologies we've been working to integrate with Qdabra Forms. And we're going to be showing you what that's about. We just did training on this last week, and it went really well. We're really excited. So thanks for being here. Mel, next slide. So we did an initial support portal launch in, it was like April this year, I think. And we did a webinar on this, so you can go to our YouTube channel. You can find the webinar on the Qdabra's V1 support portal. And we got lots of customer feedback on this. And today we're presenting, not only are we addressing the feedback we got, but we're also adding new features to this. And the number one feature is the knowledge base. So the ability to search our knowledge base for previous solutions and get self-help, quick solutions for questions that you have. Now, we're here to help you, of course, and our support is always very quick. We respond as quickly as we can. It's one of our number one, I think, most pride, things we're most proud of, right? Our number one feature as Qdabra is our support responsiveness. I think it's been 21 years, and we've always done a great job on support. So that's really a part of our DNA at this point. But 4 hours might be too long, right? So you've got this ability now to look into our knowledge base and find a solution based on previous stuff. We also give you the ability to create a new support ticket using, we have a new AI chatbot. So we had launched an AI chatbot in April with V1, the support portal, and that chatbot was a little less free. So it was more restrictive than the current one. So we're going to show you a more free version of this that allows you to do whatever you want. And it's still there to help you and validate stuff and give you suggestions and be your concierge. So it's more of a supportive role as opposed to a please chat with me role. So hopefully people like Misty at Impact Life are happy about this because that was the feedback that she gave us. And thank you very much, Misty, for listening to this. So we've got other features that Mel will show as well, but Mel, next slide. So the new user interface, Mel's going to demo this here in a minute, but basically what we've done is we've taken all of our content, webinars, documents, support tickets, and over the last 2 years, we've actually been working to create an AI solution to search that content and give you really reasonable responses. And we've gone down several interesting pathways. We had a retrieval augmented generation system, a RAG system that did this with Pinecone and OpenAI GPT-4o. Lately, we've improved it even further by moving it into the OpenAI assistant, which provides a synthesis on top of all the documents. So we have a higher order analysis of the response. So not only does it respond with a document reference, but it also gives a better response across documents, whereas the RAG system would be more specific to the top 5 chunks, based on the reply. So the way this works in the retrieval augmented generation system, and we've done webinars on this, but it looks for a match in our document base. Hey, Misty, great to have you here. Thanks for joining. And if it finds a match, it takes these matches, these chunks, these sentences, basically they're sentences, and it sends all the sentences to the LLM, the large language model. It says, hey, please fashion a response and answer this question. Now, there's two problems with that. One is that it's limited to the chunks that we send it, the sentences, the 5 chunks or 10 chunks or whatever it is. And the second problem is there's no context between questions. So Mel's going to show today fixes for both of those things. And this is per the find a quick fix feature that she's going to show. This was our training last week. In addition, we support adding an image, like a screenshot. So even an error message, you can just take a screenshot. You don't even have to talk. I mean, ideally, you want to prompt it. You want to say, hey, what's the screenshot an issue? What's the screenshot related to? How can I fix this? And then you can, of course, see all your chat history, all the reference documents. Mel, maybe we should quickly show that demo right now. Should we jump off to that?
Yeah, I can just find a quick fix. All right, so I'm logging into our, just refresh our support portal page here. And as a new user, you're gonna be invited. We're gonna send you a link in your email to invite you to our authenticator system, to our list of users. And then, yeah, you're just gonna register and you should be able to log in here using your authenticator app. Let me get the code there. So just basically that. And as an external user here, I'm logged in. I'm being greeted by this new landing page where I can view my dashboard, find a quick fix, and then create a ticket. Find a quick fix is what we're interested in first. That's what Patrick showed in the slide. So we're gonna, this is the history that I did before. Yeah, but we're gonna do a new one. So I'm gonna find a quick fix. Let me try something in here like how do I log in to the support portal page and just hit enter. Now it's going to try and come back to me with the answer, after which we're going to try and send an error message in a screenshot format. So here is our quick 4-step guide on how to log in. So we're going to get a one-time code, enter the phone number for verification. We did not do that because we used email instead. But yeah, we can also download the document from here. So it provides us the document, the source document where the response came from. We can open it and see more details about that. So this looks like our presentation or slide deck. It's converted to PDF for how to use a support dashboard. It's cool. Okay, so now I'm interested in adding a screenshot of my error message. So I have here this error message I received. I'm going to say I cannot open my form. I'm getting
Can you show that error message in like a?
Yeah, so let's show that here in my demo folder. So this is the error. You can see it failed to run a data connection in my form. The main ones is user cannot be found. So I have no idea what that error is about. So I'm here in our support portal.
It's relevant to list forms, right?
Yeah, list forms, right.
So you're not going to prompt it saying that. You're going to be more ambiguous, right?
I am ambiguous. I'm not saying anything about this. I don't know what that's for, right? So we're going to test our qDocChat, and we're going to test our solution here if it will determine what the actual issue is. All right, trying to think there again. There's her response. And here it is saying that I'm trying to find that yeah, it's telling us to use this, add this key roles command to use the list query mode key. Yeah. Would you like us to add more screenshots of another error message, Patrick?
I think that I'd like you to sort of follow up on this one and say, are you sure?
Okay.
Yeah, so one of the interesting things with the new chat is that there's context. So you can actually have back-to-back chats with context. The first version of the can you give me more can you give me a little more detail, please? Just ask it, can you give me a little more detail, please? You can have a conversation with it and not have every chat be a separate query to the system. So it's going to retain some of that context from the previous chat.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Continue.
really important when you're not sure about what it's saying. Like, you could have a question about, like, what's the use option command? This probably would be a better question. And here it's providing even more detail, but one was the use option command added to qrules. Let's just ask that. So this was a command that we added, I want to say it's 2 years ago. We had customers with list forms, and they were having problems with loading users when the users were no longer there. Actually, they had problems with the list forms loading when the list forms had list items that were assigned to users who were no longer in the company. Yeah. Actually, what did you just ask it, Mel? What were the most common commands and qrules? That was not what I asked you to ask it. Are you overwhelming me?
I probably misheard you. But yeah, you're right. Use option is being used when users are not in the system anymore and there are less forms assigned to them. So
Can you ask it when was the use option command created? I mean, it's definitely got a great list of the top 10 qrules commands. I would definitely list all of these top 10. Misty, you would probably concur. Other people on the call would see these, and hopefully everyone's using these. Well, date diff, I don't know. This is kind of an old one, but it was very popular in the day. Filter
This is the
OWS.
question you wanted to ask?
When was the? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the filter OWS SSVR is probably no longer valid. But other than that, I'd say that those other ones are definitely still valid. Wow. 7.1. So what year was that? Ask it what year was that. So this gives you an idea of the context, because it's keeping that memory for you, so you can actually 2023. Awesome. Yeah. So it was about a year ago, or maybe more.
Yes, great.
Next, Mel.
Yeah, and then we can see the history of that conversation. If I switch back here, we can see it's been logged in here as one of the cards in our recent chats. So I can click on here to view the context of that conversation. If for some reason I need to go back to it and download the documents or what have you. Yeah, that's it.
So this feature is based on Qdabra's qDocChat, which is an AI document concierge chatbot that we developed for the last 2 years for our customers. It's free as part of your Qdabra Forms license. And we actually featured this in our training class last week on day 3. And we'd be more than happy to send you that those videos and the labs, the how-to labs. You can easily deploy it to your SharePoint site in 10 to 15 minutes and have it suck up, import the documents from your site. It's got a Power Automate that automatically. We have a whole PowerPoint slide on this because it's much more involved. But it basically takes the documents that are specified in a document library on a site, and it basically pulls them in, processes them, and creates this whole chatbot for you. And we give you a form, and that's how it makes it easy to deploy. Is that Mel has created this form. In fact, Mel, why don't we just show the qDocChat form that's behind this, if you have that open. So the support portal obviously uses the qDocChat, but behind the scenes, as an admin, as a document admin, you can actually deploy this to any site. You can make your own support portal for any site, and it doesn't have to be called a support portal. So this is the document chat form that Mel's got open. So it's got some admin options here. You can configure which documents are in there. You can change the testing. We have a test bench. We don't talk about that really in this webinar because that's kind of advanced, but you can add questions and answers to test whether or not the response is good. Now, we have over 990, well, we have 994 documents added to this. So, yeah, I mean, this is a very feature-rich tool that you can use to create document chatbots, including things like support chatbots, and a lot of features here. If you're interested in this, we can definitely send you the training materials from last week's class and help you adopt it. We will give any of the customers listening to this some free time to help deploy it and assess it. Thanks, Mel. So next slide. So in addition to the qDocChat bot, which we added, which gives you a better experience for finding information out about Qdabra forms and your product that you own, we also provided an improved support ticket submission form. Mel, do you want to demo this? Can you demo it? Are you there? No?
Now let me share out. Yeah, let me find my browser tab here. I'm going to share out again. Yeah. All right, so let me just refresh my session here and I'm going to log in again. This time we're going to create a new ticket. Log in with my same personal account, pretending I'm a customer. 0 is my authenticator app key, and that seems to be wrong. Grab a new one. 545623. Okay.
Of course, the support portal form is also a Qdabra form. You don't imagine that, but it is true. So the authenticator stuff is using the another new feature we did this last year. So, okay, sorry, Mel.
No problem. Okay, so here we are in our support ticket form. It automatically did grab my information up there. Okay, so we have two options here. If it's an issue or
Your dog is
feature
hungry.
request, yeah, it's dreaming. It's actually sleeping and dreaming. So I'm gonna say something something odd here. I'm gonna say my dog is hungry. Okay, and then just try to submit my form as it is. So we'd like to see how the validation works. We've got this qFormChat concept here. That's one of the another tool that we use here. It is returning my summary, but it detected it as non-software related, which is what we want. So we can continue here and make it.
Wait, sorry, Mel. Go back to the chat
related.
bot and say, "Are you serious?" Just ask it.
Oh, okay.
Come on, are you serious? Right? Just understand how flexible it really is.
Yeah. Hmm.
So what should I
Very
do next?
professional.
Just ask it what you should do next. What do I need to do? What should I do next?
Okay. Looks good. So here we are now. We're just gonna submit a real support ticket this time. So I'm gonna say I'd like to display a message to my form users, something like this, when their form session has expired. Okay, so what steps did you take? Users would log in to the form and to step away. show results, users would be timed out, our user session. Okay. Present a message, giving user option to continue session.
You should have done the query on the find a quick fix earlier, knowledge base for this, because you got a solution for this already.
Yeah, yeah, we do. Oh, okay. So notice that this sounds like a feature request instead of rather than an issue, right? But I did select an issue there, and we'll see that our qFormChat also can detect if it's an issue or a feature, and it will update this this option accordingly. So I'm just going to try to submit it again. Let's see what happens. Okay. It says it displayed our summary correctly, and it did change our radio button to now a feature. Did that by itself, but it seems like something went wrong. So I'm not sure what went wrong. Did my ticket get submitted? This is real time, you guys.
One of the challenges we have is that these systems don't always well.
Okay, that's cool. Let's see if that's true. I should be able to receive an email about it, but I have not. So maybe I'm going to try submitting again. Let's see.
Yeah, that's kind of a crazy message that gave us. It's kind of like it was preternaturally aware of the success of the next event. Preternatural. Yeah, how do you say that word? Preternaturally. I got your email as well. Wow.
I did get the email. Yeah, there's an email notification. It is auto-generated. We see our ticket number as well, and we can always go back in here in the support portal, this link in the email that we received to check for status of our support requests, which I can also.
Can you click on that? Can you click on, yeah.
I can click on the link, and every time you go to the page, it's going to ask you to log in. This is for security purposes. We want to make sure that you're not just some, robot crawling or some.
And you're using a one-time passcode, right, from your app, right?
From the Authenticator app and on my phone, yes. Great. So here is another, this one of the options that we can do in our support portal. We can view our dashboard for any tickets that we previously submitted. Here we can see our feature request. Okay, so let's look at that. And as a user, I can see the summary of what happened to my form, yet it's still showing submitted as if nothing is really done yet. I can continue here, Patrick, to assign the support ticket and whatnot internally if you want. So I can enter as staff this time. This is a link that is different from what we use internally. So here I can view as myself. Here is my here are the tickets that are submitted by our customers. I can see that this is the one that's last submitted. It's not assigned to anybody yet. I can go in here and click on the ticket, open it, and assign it to anyone in our team. So this demo, I'm going to assign it to myself and look through the ticket, tag it under Forms Viewer, and reassign it. I can add a comment. So need to add this feature, ASAP, something like that, and update it. So it's going to update the ticket and log that activity in the session. So I'm going to go back to my customer session. Here is an email that I received as an internal member, and here is the latest comment that I just added. Need to add this feature ASAP. So this is yeah, within the team.
Mhm.
Now, as back in this session, as the customer, I can close this and go back to it to see, and now I can see that it has been updated and assigned to someone with this comment.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
Can you show them how to view usage and support balance sheets?
sure. Will I be able to see any data here? I guess in the usage. Yeah, this is initial hours here.
So this is showing that the usage for the online customer Qdabra software and 2,863 opens last month, right? We're way above our
Right.
license level because we're a free license for ourselves. And yeah, so we got an expired license as well. That's not good. Um,
Mhm. Oh yeah.
yeah, so how did you got this from clicking usage, right? And but the customers, they're not going to see the drop down though, right?
Yeah, they're not going to see it. It's just showing their data by default, their own
Okay,
data by default.
great. All right. And once again, we average usage across the whole year. So if you have a 1 month or several months that are above the bar for your license, don't worry about it. We aggregate. So we integrate across the year and we look at the entire usage across the year when we're determining what to renew you at. We're not going to bug you during the year. If you're significantly above your previous license level, we'll talk to you at the end of the year about upgrading. But there's no nothing's going to stop working. We're not going to give you a hard time. We will just and also if you reduce your usage, we'll also have the same conversation.
Mhm.
Lastly, let's take a look at licensing. But you can actually go to the licensing tab to see. And in the future, we're going to have the ability to purchase a license directly here. But right now, you have to still go through our previous purchasing methodology, which is emailing us and having
Mhm.
us send you an invoice, all that. So now let's go back to the slides. Yeah, so we just demoed an improved experience for the support portal, and specifically, we've changed the find a quick fix to make it better uh, in three ways actually. Uh, we gave you a knowledge-based search. We gave you a chat context, so you can actually chat with the concierge. Allows you to go back and forth. You can add an image, search for the image, which we also showed, and Mel showed a ticket that came up after that. Mel also demoed showing how to create a new support ticket, and we're not going to be over uh, arching. What's the right word, Mel? We're not going to force you to use a chatbot task pane to fill out your form. You can actually fill it yourself. The chatbot will be there to validate and help you fill it out in the end, as you saw Mel did, right? So it's much more flexible. And yeah, and then we showed how to check your usage, check your current licenses, check your support tickets, and yeah, hopefully we're still testing this. We're going to be launching it at the end of the year, no later than 12/31, probably 12/30, probably 12/29. But if you have any feedback for us, please let us know on this webinar. And of course, look forward to having you use the support portal and giving us feedback via that as well. But we're really trying to add more value to you so you can use our products and engage with us in a more effective fashion. Next slide, Bill. Any questions for us? I know it's the end of the year. It's 12/19. we don't have a huge amount of people on the call. We do have people on the call, which is, I want to thank everyone who's on the call for being here. And Mel, let's go back to this last slide. We skipped too quickly here. So just to remind folks that we do have this solution for you called Qdabra Forms. If you've got InfoPath forms you need to migrate, well, you've got another year left. Microsoft is removing support for InfoPath in 2026. We're getting very busy with migrations. If you have a migration, you need to talk to us as soon as possible. We have the lowest cost migration path. It literally is, a few $100s per form to migrate away from InfoPath. Obviously, it can be more if we add more features, and Qdabra Forms includes a lot of new features, but they're easy to add, so it's not that big of a cost increase. And of course, our support is phenomenal. We guarantee response very quickly. We have different support plans, but we always do a great job of exceeding our support level agreement. So, and we're here, we've been in business 21 years. We're committed to serving you and helping you get your electronic forms done. And we're also committed to helping you surf the wave of AI and whatever that means for your forms. Obviously, we can have some future where forms are automatically created. We're working really hard on trying to imagine new ways to integrate generative AI and the new agentic models to help create forms more quickly. Next slide. So thank you all for joining. We're going to wrap it up. We do not have another webinar scheduled for this year, but we do have several releases we're doing. Do we have another slide, Mel? This is it?
That's it.
So we have a Forms Designer and Forms Viewer release coming next week. And I think that's going to be 9.4 for Forms Designer and Forms Viewer. Lots of new features. We're going to be releasing our training material. We'll be sending that out to everyone, so you can actually look at the training we did last week, and you can go through it yourself, and you can ask us questions. We had a very successful training class with over 20 participants all throughout the class. Lots of new techniques. We'd love to have you look at that and come back to us and ask us questions. We have so we have the support portal going out live at the end of the year. We have the new Forms Designer, Forms Viewer releases. We've got this training we just did. Next year, we're really looking forward to pushing the envelope further and actually trying to integrate some of these new techniques further into Forms Designer. And look forward to working with you in 2025. Have a great Christmas, New Year's.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. They spell that, what is it, Holy Days? Is that right? H-O-L-Y
Yeah.
space D-A-Z-Y?
You got it.
D-A-Z.
You got it. Holidays.
Anyway, thank you all for being here. And we look forward to serving you in 2025. Thanks, Mel. You're awesome. Way to go. This is all Mel, by the way.
You are too. Thanks, everybody. Bye now.
Ciao.